Good evening. I'm gonna drink a beer. It's Japanese beer. This one. It's the Japan's first microbrewery. My hands look massive in this picture, but there you go. You can see it. It's called the Flying IPA. It's made in Niigata in Japan, where I live. And I just got home from work and I haven't had a beer yet, so it's about time to give it a review. Oh, let's first of all review the artwork. The Flying IPA has a dragon, quite fitting for Japan. It's holding a beer. I don't even see that. It's holding a beer. The beer dragon. Let's give it a taste. Whoa, okay, it's made a mess. We're gonna do that and get it into a glass. So I have my beer glass from Premium Malts, which I got free with some beer. See how it pours. It pours nicely. Nice pour. Don't worry about that noise. I haven't done a great job with this. So we got about I'd say a good 40% head on that beer, which is just about right. So you can read the writing, which says Satomi Ishihara. Satomi Ishihara is a very famous Japanese woman. I think she's famous for drinking lots of beer. So she's made her own Premium Malts glass. So I'll try and get some more can in here because it's difficult to drink with so much head. Let's see. Oh, you see it says on the can, you can see that here, let's be romantic. Act on stage. Let's be romantic, act on stage. I'm not quite sure how that relates to the dragon who's holding a beer. And then it says Echigo beer. Echigo beer. That's strawberry beer, isn't it? Echigo beer sounds like strawberry beer if you ask me. Oh, it's the name of the company. Echigo beer. So as you may know, in Japan, Echi is the best thing. And this is Echigo 5. This is 5. So Echi times 5. Beer. So this beer is as good as 5 Echis. So I might explode drinking this. Let's see. Let's go for the first taste. Well, first of all, it's warm. That's my mistake. It's warm. But the flavor's good. It's a little bit bitter. It's not delicious. And it's not satisfying when you have that first sip of beer after a tough day. You sip the beer and you expect it to deeply refresh your spirit with the first sip, and you don't get the first sip only happens once a day, maybe. You only get one first sip, and that first sip is maybe more enjoyable than all of the subsequent sips of beer you have, no matter how many you drink. And that first sip was just not very good. Not very good. Give it a 4, actually. First sip, 4. It's not a good score. 4 points. Let's fill the glass up now and enjoy the slow drink. As I fill up. the years of practice. So these cans are 350 milliliter. What else can I say about it? Not much. It says on the top, in case you wondered here, this says in Japanese, it's alcohol. That's in case you didn't read the side that says alcohol, or notice that it said beer here, or brewery. So if you weren't sure, that meant it's got alcohol inside. Then when you're opening it, you can look at the lid and it will tell you, yes, there is alcohol in this beer. You know, you can get non-alcohol beers, which are not great, but they are what they are. And maybe if you were looking at it and it said beer, which you shouldn't do, and it said beer, and it's got no alcohol in it, then you wouldn't need it to say that on the top, because you'd know there's no alcohol. I mean, let's also look at the artwork. I mean, let's give them some credit for that, because that's quite interesting artwork. It's got like a goat. Is that a goat? I think it's a goat. This one's a goat having a beer. He's got a beer here. Goat's drinking the beer. And around the goat, there's some, I think, raspberries, and also some corn, or maybe it's some ingredients for the beer. Barley, maybe it's some barley. So you got raspberry and barley and a goat having a beer. Now, I don't know how he's holding the beer, because if you look closely, he's got a hoof. There's a hoof. Maybe he's wedged the... that's what he's done. He's got a cup like this one, and where it thins at the bottom, he wedged it between his goat hand, like that, and he's holding it up somehow, having a beer. So I say that's a pretty cool goat, you know. But on the other hand, on the other side, you got the dragon having a beer. He's got 3 fingers, claws, so that makes sense to me. What else can we say about the dragon? He's got no teeth. The dragon doesn't have any teeth. Maybe he's an elderly dragon. He's got the old man's beard, and all of his teeth have fallen out. Hopefully that doesn't mean that the beer makes my teeth fall out. I really hope it doesn't. What else can we say about the Echigo? It's definitely not 5 echis. It's not even 1 echi. Not even half. Let's get on. Just got to get on and drink the rest of it. Yeah, that's not doing it. It's warm still. It's very sweet, very bittersweet. It's like life, really, a bittersweet life. It's like a glass of disappointment with bitterness and a few sweet moments mixed together into a beer, which is an analogy for life as well, with the froth of life as well on there. I'm looking at it thinking I have to drink some more, but I don't really want to, but I will. Yeah, it's not really nice. The aftertaste is sticky. It's like a sticky aftertaste. It's like you've drunk a cup of honey, and the honey's stuck in your mouth, and I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird. Excuse me. So, like some beers, halfway through, it's, you know, the bitterness is starting to go away. It's still warm. I'm not tasting the bitterness as much now, and the sweetness is starting to mellow a bit. So as we get mid-glass, it's improving. Not as disgusting as the first half a glass plus the first sip, which was a 4. I would say mid-glass we've gone up to 4.5, but I don't like doing half points. So if it's above a 4, that means it's more than a 4 in my idea. So that's a 5. Would I drink another can of it? If I had no other beer, yes, I might, but I have other beer to drink, so I only have one of this, and I'm not going to buy any more of this one, ever. It wasn't a cheap beer either. It's $3, you know, if you use American money, because that Japanese money, you know, we got rapid inflation. It's like hyperinflation. So in American money today, it's worth about $3 for a can of beer. I mean, that's like 6 gallons of gasoline for one beer. And I think I'd rather have 6 gallons of gasoline than this beer at the moment. Yeah, the flavor's mellowing. It's mellowing as we get to the bottom of the glass. Am I enjoying it? Not really. It's not an enjoyable beer. The bitterness is coming back now quite strong. In my mouth I can taste the bitterness. Yeah, I'm not sure that's a good beer. It's not really my... Yeah, you shouldn't get to the end of a glass and feel that you don't want to drink the rest of it, because beer's nice, and this one is, yeah, I don't like that. Final sip. It's just like a bitter flavour still coming through. The sweetness is starting to go away. You know, I guess if you just have one beer a day, you come home and just have one beer after work, and you know, you're a bit worried you're gonna slip into 2 beers or 3 beers, then I might just recommend the Flying IPA, because after, you know, you can drink it and you have one beer. You have one beer, and you don't want another beer after drinking it, and it's kind of like, enough. I don't need any more beer because this one was not very good. I have a bad taste in my mouth. I feel a bit nauseous, maybe. I don't know if it's because of the beer, but it's not a romantic beer. It says it is, but it's not a romantic beer. I didn't like it. So I'm gonna get, you know, the first sip was a 4, mid glass was a 5, but the experience is a 3. Spirit is a 3, and you never need to buy a 3 beer. That's yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I don't want, maybe this is a bad batch. Maybe this is the worst one they've ever made. Maybe the rest are all amazing, but Or maybe it was warm, that might have also ruined the flavor, but it's just not very good. You know, the effort's there. They've made a more interesting flavor than some of the commercial beers you buy in the shop. But if you want to enjoy a beer after work, this is not one. This is an interesting flavor. It's not a delicious flavor. Yeah, so drink at your own peril. See you later.